Thank you, Craig.
Now recording. Thank you, Craig.
Took you an extra 3 seconds to join. For some reason, Adriana joined first somehow. Anyways. All right. You guys ready? I'm not.
Nope, but let's do it anyways.
The hype meter is going off.
That's right.
Less comforting, or not comforting, but all right. So we'll begin in Bundarico, in the Out of Hand Tavern, which is the best and only tavern in Bundarico.
Say Bundarico?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So the Out of Hand Tavern is kind of a little ramshackled, but it's very welcoming and kind of lived in kind of feeling to it. And it's like just a big wooden structure in the middle of Bundarico and the town center. And it is, like I said, it's a little rundown, so it kind of lists to the side, just a tiny bit. But it's kind of the city center, you could say, of this very tiny village that has popped up in the middle of the jungle. Or I guess it's not the middle of the jungle. It's the outskirts of the Bellowing Wilds region. So we'll begin with Gage. You've just entered the tavern. You've been directed here by the guards that were... So Bundarico is surrounded by, like, what are they called? I've already forgotten.
I
Just like a
apologize.
wooden palisade wall, to try to keep it safe from all the dangerous things that live in the jungle. So it's like 10 o'clock in the morning, and you wandered up to the out of the jungle
Just out of the jungle.
to this town, and you're looking for information on...
Yes.
And you walk the guards and they let you in because it's not like the walls are meant to like keep people out. It's just to help protect the town. So there's no like, you can't enter unless you're this person kind of thing going on. So
Okay.
No crazy monsters.
yes,
That makes
they
sense.
still want
State your
anything to
business.
destroy the town. So if you decide to destroy the town, then you might be
That's right.
expelled and not let back in. But for now, you have easy entrance and exit from this place, and they direct you to the Out of Hand Tavern, with the direction to find Stout Pinston, who's described you as an older dwarf who's kind of the town leader. He's not technically the mayor, but he's basically the mayor of this town. To ask any questions, or he kind of he's the general person that people ask for help with problems that are going on, and just has a general idea at all times as to what's going on in town. And given that he owns the Out of Hand Tavern, he has a lot of interaction with any travelers who are passing through and such. So seems like a good place to start.
Cool.
So you've just entered the tavern, and
is the Inn and Tavern also considered the mayor office for the town, or is that the separate workspace for him?
Well, he's not technically the mayor.
Oh.
There is no mayor of this town.
I thought you told me he was the mayor.
And she said he's like the mayor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that might have been a miscommunication of when we were talking about it earlier. Yeah, he serves the function of
The leader
some
of
of the
the
functions of what a
town.
mayor slash leader of this town would be, but he's not. It's not like an official position. That
Mhm.
Yeah. So you've just entered the tavern, and there's like a few people milling about, or not milling about, but like, seated, having some breakfast. Um, and then there's an older dwarf standing behind the
Okay.
bar.
I think I will walk up to the older dwarf. And
He looks up and he's like, "Hi, how can I help you?"
hi. Um, any chance that there's a place where I can get a map around here? Or that you know where I can find a perfect sandwich?
Uh, well, maps are a little hard to come by around here, I would say. Most people just kind of wander here and they either get on their way or they decide they want to stick around and just stay here. So, but and as far as perfect sandwiches go, I mean, we make a decent one here.
Okay. Might have to try one out. I might sound a little strange, but I don't really know where I am, and I'm trying to figure out the lay of the land. Is there anyone who can help me figure out where I am and figure out where everything else is around here? I was told that you might be able to help. Oh, I'm Gage, by the way.
All right. Well, I'm Stout Pinston, uh, and I run this establishment here. And as far as where you are right now, you are in Bundarico.
Very cool.
And
Is that
yeah,
anywhere near Burkhart?
Ber- uh, Breckert, I think it is.
Breckart. That's the one.
Um, Breckert.
Oh,
Hmm.
that was a question to the guy.
Well, no,
Unless I
that's
know
that's
that info.
that's I'm checking, and I'm also trying to think of if he would know that.
If this doesn't, don't worry. If like this doesn't go well, I'm not just gonna ask him a bunch of other questions. I
All the
got
questions of every
Right.
yeah.
place ever.
If this doesn't go well, I
Uh,
have the final question to bail the two of us out of this conversation.
don't worry about it. You got this. I just am not as familiar as I could be with the lay of this entire land. We're all
It's
learning
okay.
as we go.
Right. Is there
Uh,
a world map to reference somewhere?
um, yes, but I haven't given it to you guys yet.
Okay.
Don't
Um,
worry. I'll be asking people for maps.
all right. So, um, yeah. So you asked him if
If you knew
Breckert was
where
nearby,
Breckart was, yeah.
and he goes, Breckert. I think that's up in the mountains to the east of here, I believe, but I'm not sure exactly how far away it is.
Awesome.
And as he's saying this, um, someone else enters the tavern, and um, it is a Mosnian, which isn't seen a ton around these areas. Adriana, I meant to do this with you, Cameron, too. I don't. Can you give a brief description of like what your character kind of like looks like and how he
Yeah.
carries himself, kind of
Okay.
thing?
Let's see. So Gage is he's 17. He's a young man. He's got long blonde hair that's kind of unkept, kind of like everything else. It looks a little like dirty, kind of out in the woods. It looks like he's been walking through the forest for a while, possibly without like taking a bath or a shower as frequently. I tend to think of like the Aragorn, like Boromir, like Lord of the Rings. Like you've been out there, kind of just covered in dirt. So like not like Pigpen, but just lived in. He's wearing chainmail and like he doesn't have his helmet on, but he's just covered in gear. Got a great sword on his back and a maul, and then a crossbow at his hip. So like he's just packing, and it's kind of strange because like he's like this like well-built young man, but he just seems like he's like ready for a fight, but also kind of like lighthearted. So there's a little bit of a disconnect between like the way he handles himself and kind of like his look.
All right. And then Adriana,
Okay.
you have just walked into this tavern. Would you like to describe? And so Cornelia has walked into this tavern. You have just basically freeze-rided from Belgari to
Okay.
just outside of this town. Your gnomish weaver friend sent you off this morning
Okay.
with a good luck and some advice to maybe check out this particular establishment, to maybe find some people to travel with you if you're going to be walking around all over the Bellowing Wilds looking for temples to gain inspiration from, as it is a very dangerous place. So he suggested that maybe you try to find some adventuring buddies, at least, and or some people to travel with, so you're not wandering around by yourself. um, so yeah, so you've made your way to this town,
So,
and if
Gage, you would see this 8-foot tall rock person kind of like ducking into the room. They are wearing some fairly fine clothes, with scale mail on top. I don't know if you would notice it, but there's like a holy symbol amulet around my neck. And any sort of embellishment would be in the form of a sun. I guess my body is made of like this kind of mottled clear and kind of orangey crystals. But yeah, pretty noisy walking into the room, very jingly as the scale mail clangs up against the rock crystal that is the rest of me.
Gage would definitely look over
yeah, she makes a
at
lot
the
of noise.
noise.
You both look up.
That's fun.
Hi.
So you're gonna walk up to the bar then and kind of
I kind of
join
like
their
look around the room and see if anyone kind of acknowledges me, and I just kind of like smile and be like, kind of like, I don't know what these people are like. I've not met people like this before. I've met rock people and spiders, and that's pretty much it.
Let's see. Does Gage recognize any of her stuff as like religious artifacts?
I mean, well,
Like
how
is the
much do
sun
you
gods?
know about the gods? I guess you've
Uh,
been in the middle of nowhere. I don't.
I've been in the middle of nowhere. Let me see. My religion is a +0, so probably not very much.
I was
Nope.
gonna say,
But yeah, so there might be my amulet would be a sun. I have a signet
mhm,
ring that would be a sun. I'd have a sun on my shield.
okay.
Um, and then probably like embroidered on the like edges of my sleeves.
So I'm gonna say, Cameron, you probably don't know any of the gods really necessarily
Makes
as
sense.
like a thing. But yeah, so as Cornelia walks in, you draw everyone's attention just because you are loud and jingly. But
Really big.
the other kind of current people in the tavern are kind of travelers who are passing through and have been around. So they look up, but then they basically just kind of go back to what they were doing. Stout sees you walk in, and he lifts his hand up and he goes, "Welcome." Uh,
I'd be like, oh, hi, and then I'd like walk up, like shuffle a little faster over to the counter.
all right.
Scoot, scoot.
And I'd like
Um,
put out a fist for like
a fist bump.
yeah.
Do you have short legs? Is that why you
Oh no,
waddle?
I'm made out of rock, so I feel like my joints
Okay.
wouldn't be super supple.
Okay.
He's not the
Fair
like
enough.
super dexterous, like
You're not like penguin walking.
smoothly
No,
moved through a space.
just like I don't know how to describe it.
Like in a suit of armor, kind of like.
Yeah.
Just for clarification, are you pronouns for Cornelia? Do you?
Um, I think it was saying that Mosnians generally don't have a gender,
Yeah,
so like whatever people would call her, or I've been referring to it as her because
just out of
just
Easy.
yeah.
And
she,
how
they,
tall?
somewhere in
multiple
between,
female characters before, so I keep
defaulting. That's
Mhm.
fine. I mean, I'll probably. I mean, I can just she, they. I'll just bounce back and forth, kind of
yeah.
thing.
And how
Um,
tall was Cornelia again?
She's about 8 feet tall.
Okay.
Oh, I think you have maybe. I don't remember how tall I am.
If you are human, you're probably
I
not 8 feet tall.
Nope. Oh yes, right. I was thinking like 6 feet tall. I'm 5'7", so I'm pretty tall. But wow.
You said 6'7"?
5'7".
5'7".
Okay.
Tall for a human. I guess that's pretty average for a human.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a little bit shorter
I
than
think
me.
5'8" is technically the like
Pretty average.
average.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, that's right.
and that
5'7" would be just a little shorter
it
than me.
varies to where
Mhm.
you're located at what the
Yeah.
average height for a male or female person is.
Mhm.
But anyways, um,
Can
all
I?
right.
Can I? Like, she put her hand up for a fist bump. I think it was meant for Stout, but I would like to like
Just intercept
enter,
this.
intercept and be like, bunk. Like,
Oh,
I like the way you jiggle. Very fun.
thank you. Who are you?
My name is Gage. I'm on an adventure.
Oh,
I don't know where I'm going though. I need to find some ruins.
hmm.
I was hoping Stout here could help me.
Right, and then Stout is going to well, he said welcome when you came in. He's like, "Hi, can I help you with anything?"
I was looking for the nearest temple. Do you happen to have one in this town? Specifically, if you have one to the goddess Solis.
Hmm.
She's a patron.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have any big established temples in this this up and coming village. I think the closest thing we have is, and then he points over into the corner of the room, and there's like a tiny shrine to oh man, which god was it? Hold on a second. Okay. I'm just gonna say there's a tiny shrine to Zazrix, who's the god of mercy.
That's right.
It's just in the corner, but
Zazrix. Good choice.
thank you. So as you guys are sitting there, Stout's looking at both of you, who are both very outfitted for combat slash adventuring. And he goes, you know, I might be able to ask around a little bit to help you guys out with your questions, but maybe you guys could help me out with something too. So there's been a bit of some strange happenings going on around here. And as he starts saying this, um, all of a sudden there's just like this very rhythmic kind of low uh, like rumble that happens. And it just is like a kind of like someone's hitting like a rock in the distance repeatedly over and over again.
It could be one of your
And
cousins.
he's like, so that's one of the things that's been happening. um, we don't know what's causing that, but we'd like to find out. It seems to be coming from northwest of here, out in the jungle a little bit. And it looks like you guys might be able to handle. I've been trying to put together a small party to go out there and investigate. Unfortunately, most of the people who live here somewhat permanently, um, a lot of them are either busy helping us keep the town going or not really outfitted to wander around in the jungle. Because as you guys may or may not know, based on how you are outfitted, it's a pretty dangerous place out there. Um, so, yeah, there's that, and then we're not sure if it's connected, but some of our hunting parties on their expeditions have found um, a, corpses of creatures that have been um, that they've just found, and they're usually pretty decay ready. And the strangest part is that they're always missing all of their teeth, which is a little concerning. Um, So just a heads up on we don't know if the banging and that are connected to each other, but there does seem to be, at the very least, something, some strange creature out hunting around here.
Is it a fairy?
I was about to
Like a
say,
rogue
Nolan, are
tooth
you
fairy?
making teeth stew?
Is it a rogue tooth
We're
fairy?
not here yet, Nolan. Calm
Okay.
down.
I'm just asking. I'm
I'm pretty
taking
sure Nolan
notes.
is trying to make some sort of teeth-like augment to his body.
Then they don't know, or Stout. That's all he has about what they found thus far. And then he says, in addition to trying to find out some answers to your guys' questions, if you guys can figure out uh, what is causing the noises, and or what is causing the uh, rise in toothless corpses appearing around our village, I can offer you guys 150 gold or silver pieces as a reward. But
I was
yeah,
needing a job anyways. What do you say, jingly person? Should probably know your name. Want to do a job together?
just he's so ready.
I mean, I guess if it would help these kind people here.
We would be most appreciative of it.
At some point, I'll need to get on to find my temple. I really would like to know some more to bring back to my family. But
of course.
I'd be
Yeah.
happy to help.
Great.
That just means we have to wrap this up quickly.
Yeah. So he goes, awesome. This will be great. And then as he's saying that, you hear a loud clatter from the back, as if like someone's like dropped a pan against like some other like metal surface. There's like a clatter and then a bang and then like kind of like a settling noise. And Stout kind of like cocks his head towards it, and then he turns around and he yells, Hubert, you all right back there?
Yeah, sure. Give me a minute. Be right out.
All right. So you clean up whatever whatever mess you were making back there. So he just called to see if you were okay.
Yeah.
And then he kind of like makes a motion of like thinking a little bit, and then he goes, actually, Hubert, can you come out here? So he calls you out.
Yeah.
So you make your way out from behind the kitchen area that's behind the bar. And you are?
I am bringing out a plate of food. I was experimenting.
I'm
I
gonna
am allowed
take a look.
to do right.
Is it a sandwich? How does it look? How's the quality of the food? Does it look high quality?
It is the best quality we're gonna get out of this podunk kitchen.
Would you like to describe what they see when you walk out of the
It's gonna be a kind of a thick porridgey like food.
I meant
It's
yourself,
gonna right. Oh,
Wait, I do.
I'm already on a
wanna know
mission.
I wouldn't think that the chef would be like, what do you see? You see this lovely
Lovely.
porridge.
right?
It cares more about the food
right?
than the chef.
Yeah. You can describe both when you describe this.
Yeah. So Hubert is gonna be well, how much is known about what is gone on?
I mean,
know
just
that there's-
describe what you look like
Okay.
and kind of what, yeah.
So Hubert
what's
is a kind of tall, kind of slender, hyena humanoid person. They wear as clean a clothes that they can get, um, with a white apron over it that's kept as clean as can be. Um, and uh, always usually has his cookbook either in his hand or at his side. Um, usually has some sort of pouch with ingredients or vials of spices and stuff. Always kept handy. Um, and also usually has a worn cleaver as well.
So you've come out holding a plate of something and a
Yes.
cleaver
Yes.
out of the kitchen. Is the thing that you're holding on the plate, the food that you're holding, you said porridgey thing.
Yeah.
Can
I
you
was gonna...
use a cleaver on it?
The cleaver is doesn't go anywhere without it, kind
Yeah,
of.
no, I know,
Yeah,
but
okay.
I'm just imagining someone holding a bowl of soup and a cleaver as they come out of
Right.
the kitchen. Like,
Don't find this strange.
Right.
I feel like
all
to most
right.
people it might come off as a threat, eating porridge or else.
All right. The Stout has called you out here. And he goes, Hubert, what you got there?
I got this porridge. Taste it. Tell me what you think.
All right. So he tastes the porridge. What's in the porridge? Is it just
It's gonna be kind of bland just because there's not like the most to work with. Um, it'll probably be made from local herbs and spices and probably threw in like some sort of um, uh,
sweet, salty, savory?
more savory.
Okay.
Uh,
Touch of
just because,
thaumaturgy.
yeah, it's gonna be more of like a meal than or like a main than anything. So it's gonna be packed with like as much flavors can be mustered. It's gonna be
So it's kind of like a
probably have
stew
some
kind of thing.
probably
Has
more
like
of like a
veggies
stew.
and
Yeah,
meat and stuff in
yeah,
it. So it's
yes,
like
yeah,
it's just
Meat
really
and
thick
beans.
yeah,
stew.
yeah. Really thick stew.
Okay. So he tries it. He goes, excellent work again. I can't believe what you can do with what we can scrape up around here. Um, and then he goes, so these are these fine people right here, Gage, and then I don't believe I ever caught your name.
Cornelia.
And Carnelia here. This is Hubert. He is the current head chef of the Out of Hand Tavern at
Put
Inn.
up my fist.
I grab and shake.
I assume you've put down the soup by.
Yeah, yeah.
This is right. With the soup pan?
I
Or the
assume
knife?
that we're gathered around the bar.
Yeah, you guys are just
Yeah.
you and Stout are like on one side of the bar, and they're
Yeah.
on the other side of the bar. And he goes, so these fine people have agreed to investigate those strange noises we've been uh, experiencing over the last couple weeks. Um, and I was thinking, since you've been out hunting for us, that you could join them and maybe help them navigate the closer jungle areas a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I've
And
definitely been around the closer areas because it is a very dangerous area, and we try not to go too far if we don't have to, minimize our risk.
yeah. But yeah, you've proven yourself very capable out there, so I think that you'll be able to handle it and maybe help these fine people out.
Yeah. I'm always looking for more stuff to cook with.
Have a job and tasty food while we work.
Yeah.
Right.
Adventure's off to a great start.
So, Stout goes, so the noises seem to be coming from northwest of here. Um, you're free to look around the town before you head out if you'd like. There's not a ton of supplies readily available around, but Hubert here is the town. So uh, if there's anything that you feel like you want to try to get before you leave, he will know if you can find it around here, and lead you to some of the various buildings. So otherwise, feel free to head out there. It might be better to leave soonish though, because you probably don't want to be in the middle of the night. um, and he goes, and of course, um, if you need a place to stay overnight, you are in the only inn in the city or in the town. Um, but if you can help us out with this, then you definitely can stay here for free for a bit. So.
Job gets better and better.
All right.
All right, team.
There's
Let's
kind of
get to
just like slight confused look on my face because like most of these perks, like
You're like, I don't
I
understand.
don't understand.
My camp was just destroyed.
A place to stay? What?
For what?
Yeah.
What are we doing here? But okay. She does not say any of this out loud, but
No.
it's kind of
In her mind,
on
she's
her
like,
face.
none of this makes sense. Well, I feel like in a sense, you'd like a place to stay wouldn't be that weird because you've been
That's true.
spending time with the Belgari, so you know that at least they.
They have to sleep.
Yeah.
Squishy creatures have a need to sleep.
But yeah, you definitely are not in need of that technically. But anyways, all right. So what would you guys like to do? Obviously, Nolan doesn't actually know, but Hubert will be able to direct them. If there's any items or anything you want to try to find in town before you guys head out.
Making sure to see. Got basic camping supplies.
Yeah.
Like a torch.
Yeah. So when you walked, like, I guess to give you like kind of some background of like I said, it's a very small, tiny town. So like you're not gonna find any like magic item shops or like
Oh, but there probably is a general store.
potion shops and stuff. There's not really even a general store kind of thing. Basically, what you guys would have seen when you walked into the town is there's kind of like a tiny market that gets set up in the middle of town most days with like a rotating number of people who kind of sell small bits and bobs out of their stalls on various days. Is most of the and yeah, I guess for context. Well, anyways, yep.
Sorry, did we start with any healing potions when we were doing our things?
You could have taken a healing potion.
Okay, that's right.
I took a Pokeball.
I know I got the bag of holding and the Tear of Gaia, which I forgot to put on my sheet, by the way. So
yeah, I saw that.
Okay, but I have it in all of my notes and stuff. So I'm writing that down right now so I
Yeah.
don't forget again. Okay. In that case, I would probably see if there's any sort of healing anywhere, or know if there's any sort of healing before we leave.
I can heal you if you need it.
Yeah, we can have a huddle, like so before we head out, what can everyone do? Do we want to like do it in character or just explain to each other what we do?
Up to you guys.
There are going to be two
Well,
different answers depending
yeah.
upon what we do.
I've gotten pretty good at praying. And I can use fire to heal you if you need.
I can
Sounds
use fire to cook.
I use fire with torches, I guess. I'm really good at hitting things. Pretty good fighter. Can help us track down food. Then I
Yeah.
think we should probably leave the cooking with a cook. I'm good at smashing things, and you'll see. I have some fun things too.
I'm not exactly sure what I can do. All I know is that I'm really handy in the kitchen.
That's
In
pretty
terms
cool.
of combat,
Do you make a perfect
try to.
sandwich?
I might be able to.
That's good to know.
This seems not relevant to our current task.
No, but
Never underestimate the power of a perfect sandwich.
that's right. It could just save the world. But I guess we should say. I guess we should handle this first.
All right. So to answer your question, Nolan, I would say that maybe once in a while there's a person who has like not healing potions, but like salves and stuff
Yeah.
out in the market, but they're also just not around today. It kind of seems like. All right. So you guys gonna head out
I guess so.
into the jungles?
Into the wilds.
Onward.
Onward. All right.
Is this how most people make friends here?
I don't know. I've never really had friends. This is the most people I've ever seen ever. But I like having friends. It's kind of nice.
Instantly friends, just because you guys.
Outside of the town, I don't really know too many people, but it's always good to know more people.
I suppose
All
that's
right. So you guys are making your way
Gonna
in the
head
direction.
northwest.
Yep.
Should we
All
do
right.
some sort of like we're watching out, like investigation? Like how do we handle like looking for clues as we head northwest, or like we're trying to pay attention we don't get attacked by monsters?
All right. Well, you'll see.
We follow the rumbles.
Yeah.
We felt them
So
in town.
You guys are headed in the direction that you've been advised to go, and you can kind of tell that as you start heading that way, you travel for like 20 minutes, an hour, deeper and deeper into the jungle, which is very dense. As soon as you kind of like, Funderico's kind of in like a clearing, right? As soon as you start heading into the tree line, it's like dense brush. You can't see the sun. The sun is like blocked out by all of the trees, which probably makes you a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Cornelia? and yeah, it's very tense and also very alive. You can hear all kinds of like rustling and uh, bird calls and that kind of thing as you wander in there, in between all of that rhythmic kind of like thing that's happening. um, so as you go a little further into the woods or into the jungle, I need everyone first rolls. I'm gonna make everyone do it at the same time. Need everyone to make a dexterity check.
Is that with the modifier?
It's whatever your it's just like a base
Just
dexterity.
flat roll.
Well,
Base
it depends
dex.
on your
Plus whatever your dex mod.
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, with the mod.
Is it it's not a stealth roll though, right?
No. This is just a dex save, basically.
Okay.
So if you're proficient in dexterity saving, you get your proficiency bonus and then whatever your dex mod is.
Yeah. So yeah, just pretty much a dex saving throw.
It is, yeah.
17.
I got 11.
All
And
right.
me.
11.
All right.
Good job, Nolan.
So Nolan is, or not Nolan, Hubert is fairly familiar with some of the common threats here in the jungle. And so as you guys are walking, you kind of pass near a bunch of hanging vines, just hanging from one of the trees nearby. And Hubert swings wide of these because he knows, or he's seen what happens when you get near these, but he fails to mention it in time to you guys.
Hey, watch out.
And
Oh, by the way,
as he remembers and goes to turn around to say something to you guys, the vines kind of spring to life and come and snatch both of you up and kind of grapple you to so you're both now hanging from these vines. Hubert, you turned around and your
Hey, where did you guys go?
companions are
Why are you guys just hanging
how
out?
would be
Come on,
fun?
this way.
so you are grappled by these hanging vines, but they're not doing any damage to you. They basically just restrained you.
Okay. Can I pull out one of my daggers and start cutting them loose?
Sure.
Right.
Who are you trying to cut loose first?
Probably whoever was just closer.
I guess I should have done that before. Like general marching order, maybe. It's like
That's a good idea.
Hubert was probably in front.
Yeah.
I'll take the back.
Okay. So Hubert, Cornelia.
So then I'm probably cutting out Cornelia.
Yeah. All right. So you start cutting on the vines. So you're just gonna make a
Like
dagger
back roll.
attack roll.
Which is gonna be plus dex. And am I proficient in daggers? I don't remember.
Oh.
What about a cleaver?
I rolled a 15.
You rolled a 15?
Yeah. And then my mod is 2, so that's at least 17.
Yeah. All right. Roll damage.
T4.
Are you two doing anything while he's?
Oh, that was the wrong one.
I am. Gage is debating if he should just try to muscle his way out, or if
3.
it's alive, he can bite it and maybe convince it to drop him by biting it.
If what?
And
I'll go 3.
You're
I was
going to
thinking
try to,
Gage is.
unarmed
Bite the vine.
attack.
Yeah.
He was thinking about biting it, like you might like if there was like a tentacle of like an octopus. But
Delicious.
you're like, let go. Just be like, no, let go. But Gage thinks better of this, and he's just like, I'm strong. He's just gonna try to like rip himself free. Let's see, how high off the ground are we? Like,
you're not very
are
far
we
off
like?
the ground. You're
Thought it was
suspended in a way that like
Yeah. Just tangled, essentially.
actually you're really
Okay.
not even. Yeah. The vines were hanging, but you guys are just kind of like restrained by them. You're not.
Oh, okay, that's the
You're not
problem.
like
Yeah.
10 feet off the ground, just kind of like hanging there.
As much fun as biting it would be, I'm just going to man mode and just be like, no, and just break the rope.
Picture
Okay.
myself
Simple
trying
weapons.
to
I
like.
am proficient in simple weapons.
Okay, so how much damage did you do?
I rolled 3, and then proficiency is 3. Dex is 2, so that's what, 8.
Do you add your proficiency to your damage?
Oh, I think you're right. I think that's only for the attack roll.
Yeah, that's just
Right.
for
So I think it's
Yeah, I
just
think it's
the
the hit.
2. So then it would just be 5.
Okay.
Right.
So you do 5 damage to it. It's
Carefully
kind of-
not to cut
you're
my new
kind of just
companion,
like-
my new friend.
it's kind of like
Even
you're
if they are
like
rock.
slowly slicing through this thing.
I'm like kind of trying to wiggle my way out, but probably getting myself more tangled up than when I started.
So Cameron, you need to make a strength check.
The strength.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Not an
Do I
unarmed
get to use
attack.
athletics or anything?
He
or
said he
just-
was going to try
just
and
strength?
muscle his way out. He decided
okay.
not
I
to
thought he was
fight
biting.
the vine.
I was thinking about it. Lame. 14.
14.
How strong are vines?
Let's see. And
Can
like,
be
I don't get to
close.
use athletics, right? It's just pure strength.
Yeah, that would be.
Jesus crapple.
You could use athletics, I think, for that one.
If it's athletics, let me recalculate that, and it's 20.
Awesome. Yes.
Nice.
So you very much kind of both wrestle and kind of contort yourself in a way that you kind of like rip yourself out of the vines, and you are free from these vines. Adriana, you're only grappled, so like you can still do stuff. You just can't move, technically.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just FYI. So Gage is now free. Hubert is very slowly carving at this vine with a dagger.
Mm.
She have any like naturally sharp edges?
If you want, I can rip you out.
I'm thinking that I would probably try to burn through it.
Okay.
What if you just light it on fire, but you're still tangled?
Oh, that's true.
Do you take fire damage?
I do take fire damage.
I just have the troll image of you just like, it's fire!
Right.
No, I'm tangled in fire!
See, if you were immune, you could just like burn and just like let it all burn around you and you'd
Yeah.
be like, yeah, I'm good.
That would be so cool. But yeah, you're right. I am not immune to that. So
Be a lava monster next time.
It's one of those things, it's a great idea.
How precise is your fire? You know?
that's what I was kind of wondering. Because I was thinking like, oh, it would be the cantrip fire spell. So it would be nice and small and contained.
Oh.
Yeah.
Probably not.
You'd probably have to do an attack roll based on your attack roll. is like how much self-harm there could
If
be.
you could use fire like a blowtorch and be like,
Right.
yeah, that's
Oh,
great.
it is radiant damage.
Oh, is it Sacred Flame?
Yeah.
It'd be like,
Okay.
I smite you, vines. What is your wisdom saving throw?
The unholiest of vines.
That's right.
They're
I
secretly
don't.
undead vines.
Yeah, I don't think radiance would affect plant material as much as fire would, so I probably wouldn't even try that.
I can make a bonfire.
If you want, I can just rip you out. Or I can
I have
use
a
this.
torch.
Yeah, because like
Just
I
hold up
have
a torch or light a torch or a
no
tinder bomb.
like sharp edge things.
Just hold really still.
Not even like a pack. You don't have like cutlery or anything.
I have like a box of incense and some candles.
Oh wait, is your dagger piercing, Nolan? I'm assuming is piercing damage.
Yes, it is.
Okay, yeah. Never mind.
Yeah, 'cause, like my weapon is a mace.
If I have,
I guess my
I'm able to make it.
Yeah.
cleaver would be better for slashing.
Yeah.
This isn't like a combat
Yeah.
thing. This is
Yeah.
like you guys can be doing whatever you want to be doing.
Hold really still.
Yeah, I'd probably kind of
Right.
been thinking about like all my stuff, and I'm like, I can't just like cut my way out of this.
It appears
It's
as
still
that's
kind of,
happening, Gage might be
wiggly.
doing something.
Yeah.
I'll pull
I
out
mean,
my
if I-
greatsword.
Can I do another one? Oh,
Be like,
So
well,
hold still.
Hubert's like sawing with this
I know.
with like a dagger, and Cordelia's just kind of like getting more tangled, and Gage is broken out and walks up and goes, "I got this," and he pulls out his giant great sword.
I'm gonna try
I'm gonna
to
take a couple of steps backwards, and be like, "Careful,
she's
dude."
8 foot. Oh, I was gonna say like I swing it over her head to try and like
cut the vines that are
How
like
good you
vines
jumping?
above it.
Yeah.
You could probably, with your sword, reach over my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Does that sound feasible? Like I don't want to like say I do something that's just like completely unrealistic.
No, that's I think
Cool.
that. And she's like tangling herself more, so like
Yeah,
not
I was gonna pull her out.
necessarily
It's
like
a bit of a mess. So we're just gonna cut the knot out. I would like to make
attack
an
roll.
attack. I should theoretically be good at this. Let's find out. No ones, please.
One's rerolled for you, right? Oh, not on the attack.
I got a 19.
Yeah, you definitely hit those fairly stationary vines. Besides when they reached out and grabbed you guys.
Yep. Let's see damage. Oh, luckily I get to reroll those. I got 2 2s. But luckily, I have great weapon fighting.
All right.
That's a little bit better. I got another 2, but I think I only get to use that once. I did 7 damage. Oh, I have multi-attack if needed.
So you did okay.
Slashing.
So you slash. You take your greatsword and you bring it across the top of the vines, and it just cleaves right through. And in the slightly tangled mess that has happened, Cornelia kind of like falls over a little bit, and all the vines kind of like drop. But you are free.
Can I do an investigation check on the vines to see if it's like something bigger? Edible? Like, do I know if it's like a part of anything bigger, or like, why did the vines come out and grab us? Would that be something that I would know?
You don't need an investigation check to know that. It just, from experience, it's just
something the plants do around here.
A danger of exploring the jungle is there's
magic
vines that there's a number of plants and lots of creatures are dangerous for various reasons out here.
Okay.
So,
Do-
yeah.
We solved our first puzzle.
Whoop, whoop.
Doodle-doo.
It's easy when you just avoid it.
You're such a helpful guide.
The way
Hey,
don't.
watch out, these plants are grabby.
Did you want to say something?
Paper does beat rock.
That is true. Paper does cover rock, yeah.
Do you think that might be a little too loud? Would
What's that?
me being more quiet help?
Oh, from your jingly?
Yeah.
Mm,
I don't know, do
Maybe
plants
when we
have
get
ears?
closer,
Yeah.
we can be sneaky. That would be good. But
Mhm.
I'm also pretty loud. And then, I don't know, I move myself around and I jingle. I'm guessing slightly less, but only ever so slightly.
Well, I feel like you won't jingle as much as it's more of like metal on metal kind of like
That's
Mhm.
true.
movement versus like
I feel
the
like I'd sound like a bundle of wind chimes that
Chimes.
are just
Yep.
someone tied them all together and is just shaking it off.
All right. So you guys get back in order. You're now more aware of
Some of the dangers.
Watch out
hanging
for
things.
Mhm.
And you
Is
keep.
there anything else I need to warn them about?
I don't know. You'll see.
No.
We'll find out now.
From past experience of being out here and going on little hunting trips,
So you guys continue on. And as you're continuing on, travel for another like hour, and the banging is definitely getting louder. So seems like you're headed in the right direction at the very least. You wade your way through the jungle, and the next thing happens is that you come to like a clearing
Interesting.
in the forest, and
Kind of like, so concerned.
yes, there's sunlight. Um, there's kind of like a big rectangular clearing. It's about 60 feet by 30 feet.
Okay.
And you're at the like far end of one side. Like you're at the end of like a 60-foot kind of clearing space. And in the
How late
middle
in
of
the
it,
day is it?
it's probably you guys got started pretty much after you talked to.
Mhm.
So I'd say it's probably like a little afternoon um, at this point. Um, so in the middle of this clearing, pretty much just like an open jungle space. It's got a very like mossy and leaf covered kind of um, uh, ground cover, and in the middle of it is just this like very large tree trunk, like that's fallen over, kind of that's
Mhm.
kind of in the center of it. And
Did it,
on that,
did it fall over naturally, or was it like cut and fallen?
it's kind of hard to tell, but
Okay.
it looks pretty. It's been there. Like there also appears to be like kind of um a mossy kind of like hill kind of
Mhm.
thing that's like um crept up or not crept up but like grown up the
Around
sides.
the base.
Yeah. Well, it's like a fallen. It's like a not like the stump, but like
Mhm.
the trunk of a tree,
Oh,
right? So
okay.
it's like laying on its side, and then there's like kind of like half up it is just like a mossy
Mhm.
kind of hill kind of thing. So it looks like it's been there for a while. Um, so you guys come out into the end of this, and yeah, so it's pretty much all there is out here. It looks like thus far. Do you
Okay,
want to do anything?
let's see. Like to investigate the clearing for dangers. So there could be something like living
Okay.
in the log, or
You
maybe not
please
just
roll.
investigate for dangers, but like I just want to see if there's
Mm-hmm.
anything
Just
around.
check it. Yeah.
Perception checks.
Perception check, please.
All right. I don't think I'm good at this, but let's. Mm,
But
guess
Cade's
I'm not
gonna
the
look
worst.
for you guys.
I would see him checking and ask what he's looking for, and then do the same.
I would probably be looking at around too.
Like, it's a dangerous place out there.
I kind of feel responsible. Like, get these people to and from.
So I'm gonna say if you guys are all doing this at the same time, that either one of you rolls with like advantage, or if you really want to, you could all do flat rolls. But
I only have +1. Someone else can do it if they want.
I rolled a 20.
Okay. I guess that'll
Oh, I
settle
can't
that.
show it.
But
And I have a +3.
all right.
You are very excited for the sunlight.
Yeah.
It has empowered you.
All right.
Almighty Solus.
So you guys are looking around, and Cornelia, you have not. You look into this clearing, and you see the tree, and you see the like moss mound that's like up against the tree. And as you're looking at it, you kind of notice that it doesn't seem it doesn't
Natural.
yeah, it doesn't seem like
Mm.
necessarily that moss it like doesn't blend perfectly with like the ground cover, and it just kind of seems a little strange.
It's on the
Uh,
sunny side instead of the shady side or something like that.
yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like, and it
Slightly
seems
different color.
a little too like,
Unnatural.
yeah, there's something about it. It's just not quite like a
Doesn't fit in.
natural mound of things. It just looks
Mhm.
like a lump, kind of. That's like a lump that maybe is like trying to camouflage itself as something or something like that. So, um, yeah, there seems to be something hiding there.
Hmm.
Friend or foe?
That's right. We could just
So
attack everything and just be like, oh, it was a child. Oops.
I'd go over.
Oh, good luck. I was gonna.
And I'll sit on the log next to it and then like put my feet over the weird lump.
Oh, good luck to you.
what are you guys doing while this is happening, by the way? Do you follow her out there? Did you tell them that you think there's something strange?
Yeah.
Or,
I'd kind of like point and be like, that's weird.
and then you walk over there.
And then
Gage was looking for a rock to throw at it.
over it.
So you're kind of like still in the general area, but you don't go over near there. And then
I probably wouldn't approach until I figure out exactly what it is.
Yeah, if she's going over there though, like, I'll give up on finding my rock. I don't want her to get hurt.
Figured that I'm
And
600 pounds and that I could sit on it and smush
that's
it.
true. I'm gonna pull out my maul and I'll be halfway between
like the entrance of the cliff where you
Hubert
guys came in.
and Cornelia.
Okay. So you guys
I'll
are
be like circling around it to see if I can get a better vantage to figure out exactly what it is.
Do you want me to say anything to it?
Oh, I was gonna like try to keep
Hello.
like pretty casual talk with Hubert and Gage as I like get comfortable on this log and then gradually shift my weight more onto this weird lump.
All right.
And then kind of like...
Shit. Or just like, are you squishing it or are you poking it?
it? But like, kind of like...
You're poking it with a stick, but with your foot?
Kind of?
Just gonna lay on it and like pin it down.
Yeah.
All right. So as you sit down, I'm gonna need everyone to make a save.
What
For...
kind?
I was hoping it was a Pokemon.
You might be able to still
You really
catch
want to
it.
use the cager box, huh?
Oh.
I need a wisdom save, everyone.
Oh, I am
Oh, if I'm
proficient at
wise.
those.
Oh, that's okay. I just rolled good.
21.
17.
17. Oh no.
I got 8.
Oh
not too bad.
no. All right.
I am
So,
proficient in wisdom, which gave me a +6.
oh no.
It's not a
You rolled a
1.
2?
I rolled
Ooh.
a 2.
Okay.
Nice.
Well,
Not a 1.
okay. So, as you sit down on this moss lump, um, everyone in the clearing kind of, there's like this scent that wafts into the air and kind of like
Oh gosh.
Dunspore.
across like the whole clearing. It's very pleasant actually. It's
No.
it's very like sweet scent that and you can kind of feel your head get like a little fuzzy, Gage and um Hubert. Then you kind of like shake your head and you're like, okay. Um Cornelia, on the other hand, who's basically right on top of the source of this scent, um, you take in the scent and kind of, yeah, your brain just kind of like goes, everything is just awesome right now. This is great.
Hey
When
Cornelia,
it
you might
comes
want to
down to
come back
fog,
over this way.
nice. Is this what you guys like about sleeping?
um,
Mm.
and yeah, so you are charmed. And as soon as this happens, and you guys kind of, Hubert and Gage, you watch as, yeah, Carnelia kind of like sits down and then like kind of just seems like you guys shake off something. She
Super
kind of
Dad.
pretty out of it a little bit, I guess. And
Not something.
as soon as you shake off and you look up, the moss mound that she's sitting on starts to move and kind of you see these um, the moss that was covering all of a sudden kind of like flares out a bit and all of a sudden you see these kind of wings kind of fly up a bit that are covered in moss and flowers and Carnelia, normally you'd make a save because you're charmed. You're just, it's you basically, right, as this creature starts to stand up and move,
Yeah.
you fall off of the back of it and
Okay.
you don't take any damage, but you're prone now and also charmed. So you're basically just lying on the ground
This is
at
great.
It's like, wow.
everything is great.
Isn't the sun nice?
And yeah, so you guys see the wings flare out and then a head kind of comes around and it's this like it's a dragon head basically comes around and Nolan well actually no, I don't know that you would you would know this. So yeah, so there's just this. It's this like moss covered dragon creature.
Okay.
Can I?
And it's
Now
not
standing.
rock based, right? It is actual dragon. It's not like a rock monster.
I mean, what do you don't?
Okay.
It looks like a dragon
Okay.
that's covered in
Got
moss.
it.
Um, yeah. So,
Could I try with one of my hands outstretched, say, like, palm friend, but in Draconic, just to see what happens?
um,
I speak Draconic. I
sure.
don't know if drakes speak Draconic, but
Um, yeah. I mean, you do that. Unfortunately, it doesn't really seem to acknowledge that you've said anything to it necessarily. Um, but points for trying.
I tried.
I yelled at some kobolds once in Draconic.
There you go.
I'm very happy with me. um, but yeah, so it gets up and it looks hungry. So
Unfortunately for it, if it tries to munch on Adriana, it's just gonna break its teeth.
Yeah.
I'm too crunchy.
Crunchy with a crunchier shell. You break open a nut to find a rock inside.
all right,
um,
this is going to be like a loose combat kind of thing. I'm
I was gonna
thinking.
say
Okay, so
we
we're
didn't really
not
roll
initiative?
initiative.
Yeah, so there's not going to be.
Okay.
I don't think I'm going to do an initiative roll. It's just going to be like you guys will do stuff, and you can kind of like the loose initiative will be you guys go as like a group, kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
and then it will go back and forth. So you guys can take your turns simultaneously. Yeah.
Okay.
For this one.
Well,
yeah. So I'd say, Cameron, you're like, Nolan, you said you were out. You were trying to swing around a little bit. So I'd say you're probably like
Yeah.
50, 45 feet away from it.
Okay.
And then Cameron, you're like in between him. So you're like 20 feet or so away from the creature at this
in
point.
the 30-foot walking distance. Well, if I want to blow everything right away, I think.
I know.
So, like you said, like a mossy-looking drake. Like
Mm-hmm.
how large was it?
It is a large creature. It is.
Like, so it is a large creature. Like I'm trying to estimate the threat level of this sucker.
Yeah.
And
So like,
it looks upset.
yeah. So it's like one size class bigger than you guys are.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Okay.
by
Is the creature edible?
Every creature is edible, Nolan.
Safely edible. That is one of my perks. I can always tell if a creature, plant, or berry are edible.
I would say it's ingestible necessarily, but the
Okay.
thing that this is from generally is more known for toxins than anything.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. You know what? What the heck? I think I am going to run at it and as I'm doing so, I think I said his left eye. It's all of a sudden Gage is kind of flashes with a bright white light, and then he looks very different.
Oh.
As he's running, his kind of like metallic, like chainmail and stuff, like it flashes white, but then it starts to look like this weird white armor that doesn't really look like much you've ever seen. It looks like some sort of strange plate armor. And there's lots of like white glowing lines on it. They kind of look like circuit board lines. It's very glowy, and I guess humans. I guess we know what it looks pretty sci-fi, and very out of place. It makes the same sort of effect happens to his weapons as well. The maul looks a little bit more like before where it was simpler looking. Now it looks a little bit more like ornate, and it also has like the encrusted kind of like glowing white like computer chippy lines. Alright, what the heck? You know what? I got. Let's just try something else. This is the first time I've done this. It might be. It might be overkill. And as he's running, Gage shouts, "Lightning rush!" And he runs at the dragon. And he's going to make a melee attack with his maul.
Okay.
And hopefully it hits, otherwise it's not going to look nearly as cool. That's 19 plus 6.
You
I'm
hit it.
guessing that hits. As he hits it, I'm going to use extra sparkly hero attack. The maul's going to turn really bright white. And for that, it lets me do... Oh, I forgot to ask you this in advance. It does 3 extra damage based off of my charisma damage. Oh, never mind. And he has to make a charisma saving throw or be blinded.
All right.
I should mark, since I don't have the ability to do that. I used my transformation and a style point.
Ooh.
I hope he fails, so that way I can just unload massive damage on this dragon.
What's the DC for that?
DC... It's somewhere on this page. Mind if I use my phone? Sorry.
Also tempting to look it up.
Sorry, I built everything to be automated, and then I broke my computer. Ugh.
Your spell sector effect DC equals 8 plus your charisma modifier plus your proficiency.
Okay, so it's 8 plus
3
Efficiency
plus
at
something.
3 plus 3. So it's
Okay.
14.
It fails. So it is
Oh
blinded.
my gosh, this guy is in
Oh no.
for a world of hurt. So I believe that means blinded. I should get advantage on my next attack roll. Because blinded for 1 turn.
Is
So
it
then-
the next?
turn.
Is it the next attack or your
Until-
attack?
He's
Or
Every
what is
attack after it's blinded until the start of his next turn.
Cool.
And you added.
And
You
I
just
have
did one.
multi-attack.
You just did one, Cameron.
Right now, I've done 1 attack. Do you want me to roll damage or roll my second attack?
Well, yeah. So I need to know what the damage was, but I was
Okay.
saying I'm guessing you just used 1 style point.
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
that.
1 style point.
So you add extra radiant damage equal to your charisma modifier.
So it'll be like plus 3.
Yeah. So whatever damage you roll plus an extra 3.
All right. Let's see. So that'll be 10 plus 3, 13 for the first hit.
13.
And then it'll be 13. Oh, it'll be 10 bludgeoning damage, 3 radiant.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use multi-attack to attack again.
Okay.
I got 9 plus 6. That's 15.
Oh, sorry. Hold on 1 second.
You're good.
I don't know how it's looking after all this.
Oh, yeah. And it's going to be very silly when my lightning rush is what I call it is most of my that's a lot of my stuff before a short rest. I might be blowing up. So does a 15 hit?
She's muted.
Otherwise I can Oh yeah.
She got a call for a second.
Got it. I'll do my
Yeah.
advantage roll
Sorry
just
about
to
that.
You're good. This
So you
second
rolled with
one is
advantage, right?
That's right. Oh, I got another 25. So then second damage roll is...
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to add my proficiency damage to my other strike. So sorry, my first attack should have been 16 damage total. And my second attack is 9 damage.
Damage?
What was that?
Do you add proficiency to your damage?
Not damage. Sorry, not proficiency. Strength modifier.
Ah. Okay.
So I rolled a 10, but then I have
So
plus 3 from strength and then plus 3 from the style point.
Yeah. So 16, and then what was the second one?
And then 9.
Okay. 25 damage.
Yep.
All right.
And then I was going to action surge and hit it 2 more times.
All right. Here
Oh
we
my
go.
goodness.
Let's see. 19. Does that hit?
That does hit.
How's it looking?
8. That's 11 damage. Plus, let's see if this next one.
So wait, 11 total damage?
Yeah,
For the
11
first hit?
total
Okay.
for my first hit. And then it was 6 plus 6. I only got a 12 for my last swing.
Okay. That doesn't hit.
Oh darn.
Right. So Gage runs up, flashes with light, and becomes extra sparkly. and with his very, very bright mace, um, whacks this dragon across the face, which it like just the light and getting hit in the head just kind of like seemed to kind of stun it almost. um, and then he kind of brings his mace back around and smacks it
A couple more
two more
times.
times, a couple more times, gets some good hits in, but then the third one, kind of the wyvern, like in its pain and confusion, kind of like swings its head out of the way, and his last one goes wide. Um,
How's the creature looking?
I mean, it's blinded. It just seems kind of
Okay.
confused and angry right now.
Hmm.
Yeah, I hope we don't have to talk to it after this, because then, anyways, that's what I'm calling my lightning rush. It uses a lot of my my stuff, but the goal is to, at the start of a fight, run up and hit something really hard,
Yeah. Make it
and
want to run away.
yep, or set it up for like friendly attacks and stuff.
Mhm.
Okay. I guess.
Is there a
Nolan,
constitution or
are
like
you
a?
doing something? And then
Yeah.
Adriana.
Um, I think I want to call out to Cornelia and be like, "Hey, Cornelia, let's step back a little bit." And I want to cast Dispel Magic and try to get rid of the charming.
Hmm.
Did it have to make a Constitution saving throw when I got hit in the face? Not Constitution,
It
concentration.
says any spell of
Or
third
not
or
you.
lower level on the target. You can choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any spell of third or lower on the target ends. So if it's a third or lower, the spell ends. Otherwise, there's a DC save.
I guess I meant that. Did the dragon have to make a concentration saving throw for his like?
Oh, the charm.
No. So
Darn.
I'm looking this up right now because
Is it not a magical effect? Because it's like environmental or something, maybe.
It could be like an innate like ability, like I spit fire, and it could be like a biological process.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you try to weave the spell, um, and you send it towards Cornelia, but
Mhm.
it doesn't seem to do anything. You
All
get the
right.
sense that this this is more of an innate trait of this creature than it is like a magic that it
Okay.
does. It wasn't, yeah, it was like it's just the
Yeah.
scent kind of like caused
Mhm.
this. And then okay. And I guessing you're kind of staying. What's Dispel magic's um range?
120.
Okay. So you're probably just sticking kind of where you're
Yeah.
at,
Yeah.
I assume. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Adriana, can you make another wisdom save?
Woo, not 20.
Ooh.
26.
Bam.
I get 2 or 20.
The
No in
only two
betweens.
numbers on that dice.
Nope, just
It's a 0 and
Right.
a 2 and a 2 and a 0.
I rolled
um,
like 2 17s on mine.
all right. So the impact of that fall kind of like shakes you out of it a little bit, and you kind of come to and you realize that you are now lying at the feet of this large arachnoid creature. um, and yeah, um, that is going to be the end of your turn, but
okay.
you are no longer charmed.
Perfect.
And then it's going to go.
Gundam next to you.
So this will be interesting. All right. Does anyone know if being prone just gives advantage or
I think it gives advantage to
Mhm.
melee attacks and
Yeah.
disadvantage to range attacks.
okay. That sounds right.
But he's also blinded, which would
Mm.
balance it out.
Cancel each other out, technically, yes. Creature's only movement options crawl, disadvantage on attack rolls. The attack roll against creature has advantage if it's within 5 feet, otherwise has disadvantage. Okay, cool. Um, so, um, it is going to kind of lash out. Um,
Seems uncalled for.
in its blindness. Um, and let's see here. Got very lucky. So, well, actually, we don't even know if it's hit yet. So,
Oh no, we lost the healer.
um, what sure did I write that down? I did write that down. Um, yeah. So,
Did
jeez.
does spell magic eat up a spell slot? I assume it does, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it does. Dispel magic
Pretty sure
is
it
a
does too.
yeah. Um,
But it's just like it had no effect. So I was like,
yeah. You still used it.
yeah, I know.
A good shot. All right.
The thought was there.
So the wyvern's is very mad now, and it's going to lash out, and um, it doesn't really know where it's attacking since it's blinded, or even what's really around it. But it's going to lash out, and it tries to take a bite out of whatever's near it, but Gage's armor kind of like it kind of like glances off of it as it like swings its head around and misses, and then um, it is going to bring its claws around, and now it kind of, since it smacked into you, um, it brings its claws in as a follow up, um, and
Bring it. I do
uh,
kind of deserve it.
it does. That's not that one. Um, D10. Where's my D8? There we go. All right. It is gonna do. Fair enough. Uh, exactly. I rolled an 8 and a 1 the damage.
Nice.
So it's gonna do 12 points of slashing damage to you, Gage.
All right.
It got a 4 on its first attack roll, and then with this disadvantage, I rolled 2 19s on the second
Oh, wow.
attack.
That's impressive.
Oh, wow.
You know what?
That is.
I can see it being upset after being smashed in the face repeatedly.
Mm-hmm. And that is going to be it for its turn, actually. So, you guys are up again.
And it is no longer blinded.
Yeah.
So you guys want to do something? I'm going to hit
Sorry, I
it
was trying to
with my hammer.
go ahead and hit it. I am catching up on notes because I've blacked off for a bit.
I'm awake, but I'm laying on the ground, so I'm gonna use my turn to get up.
Yep.
And that's my whole turn, right?
Nope.
I think it uses
Oh,
like
You were just charmed, so it's not like.
I thought I was prone also.
Yeah, you were prone, so you can do your whole.
I think
That's
it's
combat.
like
movement.
10 feet of movement or something like that.
It's half your movement,
Oh.
I think, to get up.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
Yeah,
It's like this is what you do your turn is you get up
no.
prone. That's
It's
so
Yeah, I
good.
thought there was something
Okay.
like that.
Yeah, you can still attack or take an action and a bonus action,
Okay.
basically.
Cool.
Right.
Perfect.
I'm pretty
How
sure.
far away
Nice.
from it am I?
You are standing like right
5
underneath.
feet.
So
You were like
literally
right underneath it.
Attack 1 is a 20 to
You
AC.
hit it.
And then 13 to damage.
13 damage. Okay.
Whammo.
What's up? Okay. Sorry guys. I'll be right back.
You're good.
I'll probably want a lunch break after this fight.
Sounds good to me. I'm also hungry.
Yep.
Gage doesn't
I haven't
have
eaten much
many
today.
flashy things. But Gage can smash things real good. I love great weapon fighting so much already.
You have a mace and a great sword?
I have a
what's going on?
maul and a great
maul.
sword.
Okay.
I have a mace and a shield.
So both the
'Cause
maul and the great
Bethany
sword
was
are
saying
2d6.
you use the great sword to cut Adrian out of the vines, and then you were smacking the wyvern with a mace, and then you had said maul, and then it was like, what? What kind of like armory do you have in your bag?
I have
What are
quite the
you
armory. I have 3 weapons. I have a crossbow, a great sword, and a maul.
Okay.
At some point, I'm going to try to ditch the crossbow for hopefully a longbow, but some sort of bow that we can multi-attack with the bow.
Can you not multi-attack with the crossbow?
No, because it has reloading.
Loading.
I think. Yeah, loading. I'll just have to be content
When we
with
get
my.
back to town, you can ask around for a bow. I'm sure
That's
there's
a good-
hunting bows. That would have been a good thing to look around
Yeah.
for before we left, but yeah, it's okay.
Smart. Oh, well. I'll just have to be content with my starting items of great sword and maul. The fighter class is pretty awesome. The one thing is, though, like, that all of my stuff is while I'm transformed.
Mhm.
And it lasts for like 1 hour, but I can only do it once per short rest. It's like if we get into another fight after this, like I can still hit people with.
We might be able to short rest after this.
Yeah. Short
Yeah.
rests are pretty
Frequent.
like an
Yeah.
hour or something like that.
Yeah. And it's still pretty like early in the day that we can still do some more stuff before we have to like set up camp and stuff. I'm gonna go use the restroom. I will be back in a minute.
Okay.
Sounds good.
What is your AC?
16.
Hmm.
Like, I'm not the tankiest, but I'm pretty good.
I'm contemplating. I have Shield of Faith.
I also have, what's it called? Second Wind. So for my bonus action, like, I can regen some of my hit points.
Okay. So I'm wondering also, do I just whack him with my...
Do you have any good damage? You could hit him with your mace, or you could try your spell. Oh, your cantrip might be too close.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was wondering, was if my spells are too close.
Inflict wounds! Oh, hey, Bethany.
Hello.
Nolan will be right back into the restroom. We're just talking about different things.
There's a tiny pup.
No!
Yeah.
Hello, puppy! Hello, friend!
So she wanders
I'm back.
around. Very.
Oh,
Hello,
tiny
friend!
Hello, tiny
Pets.
pups.
I know
I
you
give
want to
Toomey
sit in
some
my
good
lap,
pets.
but you can't. You can't sit in my lap. I know it's the worst. He's like, Bethany, why aren't you lying on the bed so we can cuddle? I've been all by myself all day.
No, I need
Don't
a
fall
pet.
off the bed though. Don't fall off the bed.
Make my second attack action.
He says, I don't care.
No,
I
not
will enjoy this
interested.
couch all by myself.
I got a nat 20.
Okay, wait. What's happening? Sorry.
Yeah.
I was using my second attack action as part of my multi-attack.
Okay. So you
And I
crit.
rolled a nat 20. Let's see. I rolled 2 threes, so I double that.
So
So
12,
6. So it's
2, 3.
12 plus
Yep.
my 3. So that's another 15 damage.
15 more damages.
I hit things. This is kind of a.
Okay.
And then I was just gonna use my bonus action to second wind and regen my hit points. So that way, when he hits me back in a minute.
Okay. All right.
Spending all my things. 1d10 plus 5. I think this is my d10. Oh, it's a d8. That's an 11. It's alright. That's the d10. Seven plus 5. So I regen 12 hit points. Grip.
Which I'm pretty sure is what the damage you took was. So.
Yep.
Perfect.
All
right.
I'm just trying to show off to my cool new friends and be like, look, guys, I can do
I
things.
can fight. So
I
good.
can fight. I'm a one note person. But
All right.
Okay.
Nolan.
that's it.
I am going to cast Agonizing Blast, and I'm going to aim both of them at the wyvern creature.
Okay. That's good. You're not gonna immediately turn on your party.
I do have a shield.
So for ranged spell attacks, it's the roll plus your spell attack bonus, right?
I believe so.
I believe that's how it works.
For like hit or damage?
For hit.
For
Against
hit, it's your
AC.
proficiency plus your spellcasting modifier.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, I got a 19 on the first one. And what is that? A 17 on the second one.
Only thing I'm
Alright.
scared about is that we make it look like we're much tougher than we are to Bethany. And so the next time we run into something, like, you
You
guys
hit it
handle the
pretty
dragon.
well, and it was not bloodied. We're not like looking too bad.
Okay, yeah. So both of those hit because you
Cool.
said 17 and 19, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's gonna be 6 damage
Okay.
and 12 damage.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All right. Do your Eldritch Blast look like anything?
Uh, it'll probably be like red sparks just kind of like shooting off.
All right.
Do you
So-
shoot them out of your finger? Do you shoot them out of your cleaver? Do you like shoot them out of your book? Like,
Just hold your book up.
Right? Here's my cookbook. Yeah.
shoot them out of your eyeballs?
I have not thought about that. It just laser.
Gonna be like Superman? Be like,
It'll probably be out of a hand.
Just a hand, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Gage smacks the Wyvern around some more with his very bright mace, and then Hubert, after trying to dispel some magic that wasn't a spell, goes, "Well, fine then." Raises up his hands and
Wyvern's on the menu.
very nice. Smacks him in the head with smacks him kind of in the body and the head with 2 different blasts of sparkly red rich energy. Yes,
No, it's
Tiny?
so
Can I
exciting,
help
Tiny.
you?
that's right.
Just enjoyed the story.
It's definitely looking a little more worse for wear at this point. It's still standing, but
Mhm.
you guys are doing a number on it now.
I think about my options and decide to just go for the old hit it with a mace in the face.
Option.
Yeah.
All
Ace
right.
to the face.
So I got 17 plus 5, 22 to hit.
That hits it.
Dang, we've got a lot of hits.
Oh no.
Mhm.
You said we can re-roll once.
Only
That's
on crits.
crit.
Oh, on crit.
On crits.
Yeah.
Okay, I did 3 damage.
Well, you're still a little dazed, and you're also
Right.
standing like basically in between its feet right now. So like, you swing your mace up and hit it in the belly, and it does a little bit of damage, but
Bonk, bonk, zappity zap. I think that's what that round was.
all right. It is
Displeased.
displeased by everything that's happening right now.
Way to wake up from a nap.
Hmm.
First someone sat on you, and now they're all hitting you with pointy sticks.
Gonna have
And
one big, like,
To be fair, Gage did try to talk to it in Draconic.
I did try. Calm, friend. And then it didn't work, and immediately went and started hitting it.
Oh yeah, do you want to throw your Pokeball at it?
I was
Can
I
you?
was thinking about it.
I
Uh,
forget like what the limitations are on it. It is a large creature. I don't know if it can hold large creatures.
all right. So I think we'll want. Okay. So I'm gonna make 2 more attacks against Gage because Gage has like.
I think we're just starting to get to know it. So when I do capture it, and then I'll let him go and be like, "Hello, friend," and he's still gonna punch me.
Plus, you're very sparkly and just in its face now that it's not
Yes,
blinded anymore.
shiny bits. I'm treasure to be captured.
Right.
Ooh. Uh, so he just rolled a
Bring
20.
it,
Oh,
bring it.
Um, all right. So that'll be these two.
I have to blind it again.
Maybe 26 points of piercing damage.
a lot.
Gage is bloodied.
Yeah.
And
He's not
then
out yet.
uh, that's just yeah, that doesn't hit you. That's like uh, 12. Your AC is 16, so you're good.
Correct.
So
Woohoo!
yeah, so it reaches around. Now it's not blinded. It sees this very shiny person who looks like a tasty snack. So comes and it bites down on you. um,
Ouch.
Manages to find some of the cracks in your armor and
Mm.
gets a good hit in. But now made you uh, as you like stagger back from that bite attack, it swings its stinger around to try to hit you, and it kind of glances off some of your armor and bounces up. All right. Uh, your guys' go again. It's not very well, actually. Does it want to?
Doesn't want to move.
Yeah.
I'm trying to provoke an opportunity attack.
Yeah, it might. You guys went from like it being okay to in one round for to it being like not happy with things. Um, I think it is going to try to move away from you guys. So, uh, Adriana and or Carnelia and Gage can both take opportunity attacks if you would like to use your reaction to do that.
Yes, please.
Definitely.
That's just a normal hit, right?
Yeah.
I think so. I think you need to have there's a
Like a
feat
melee
to
weapon?
use spells um, for opportunity attacks, but I don't know if you have that or not. I think it's like spell warcaster or something like that that you do
Okay.
that.
Yeah, I don't have
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Um,
But so I would just
Warcaster's
use.
so cool.
But you were just beating on it with your mace.
yeah,
So I have 21 to hit.
that definitely hits it.
I take my maul, and I have 18 to hit.
That also hits it.
8 damage.
8 damage. All right. Um,
Darn. I got 8 damage.
16.
8
So
damage was an oh darn.
I re-rolled a 2, and it became
Oh
a
no.
1.
8 damage was the max damage I can do with my mace.
Nice.
all right. So you both get some good hits in, and it is very not happy right now, but it is going to fly straight up from where it's at. It's basically going to take off and go 30 feet up.
Darn.
And then
I think Cameron's headphones battery just
Oh.
died.
Yeah, they did. But hopefully it's not too annoying for you.
are you good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, so it's going to fly 30 feet up,
Mhm.
and then it's going to fly 55 feet away. So now it's kind of like hovering over. You can still see it, but kind of exited the clearing. And it is definitely trying to escape.
About how far away is it, you said?
It went 30 feet up and then 55 feet. Like, I'd say Cameron or Gage and Cornelia were right underneath it.
Mhm.
And then you were
That was a
like
bit further back.
45 feet back.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah, 30 feet up and then another 55. And it basically flew away from, like, diagonally away from you guys. So it's probably as far away from you as it could be.
It is
Nolan.
63 feet away
All right.
Right.
from
Math.
its initial starting point.
Oh, it could be so stupid. Okay, let's see.
And it is your guys' turn now, but it is definitely just on its way out. Though it is it looks like it's struggling a little bit to like.
Okay, let's see.
Darn, I was going to do something else, but
What
now it's a little bit
What?
further away.
What happens if
Mhm.
I throw my cager box and it misses? Like it fails? Is it just like broken and gone forever?
Don't remember. It didn't say anything about like what. Let's see here. What was it? So it does need to be within 20 feet of you to do
It
that.
does, but
Mm.
just so you know what I'm thinking, I'm considering using my mobile hero ability to jump after it and throw my cager box at the dragon and mess up whatever plans you have. But
I mean, you can definitely try. It is. I would say that it wouldn't. It doesn't break if it fails to capture the creature. But just know that if you throw it into the jungle, like it is hovering over dense jungle right now.
We'll have to go find it.
It may be difficult to recover even if you capture it with it being like right.
Yeah.
Flying in the air.
You said it's how far from them?
63 feet diagonally.
Okay.
So
can I go and give Cameron fly or Gage fly?
I don't know if you.
So if I use my movement to go over to you. Wait, how close are you guys? What is my movement?
I think
it's 30. Are you guys
they're
within
like
30?
They're like 45.
45 feet.
I can't do that then. Darn.
Does the dragon react to any of our speech?
No.
No. But I'm gonna turn to Cornelia real quick and say, "Do you have the light cantrip? Or like, do you have light spell?"
Yes. Oh.
Put it on this. I'm gonna hold my cager box.
Okay, I cast light on the cager box.
All right.
I'm going to use a style point. We'll see how it goes. This might be such a bad idea. And I'm going to use my mobile hero ability, and I'm going to jump after it.
All right.
And I'm going to see, as I get closer to it, what I think about throwing at this thing. I had what did I do with that piece of paper that talked about how far I could go? It's
Yeah,
some
I
ridiculous.
have it somewhere too, where you were just messaging me about it.
Jumi is concerned.
There's movement happening.
Yeah, I was initially thinking about casting command,
Ooh.
but he has to understand us. And
Ah,
I don't.
yeah. The creature has not reacted to any kind of. Interestingly enough,
Okay.
this type of dragon is not exactly like the normal.
Let's see. So how far can I jump? I found my paper with it.
48 feet long over obstacles 12 feet high is one of the things that you sent me.
That is it. And it's after 10 feet of movement.
But that's like a length, so that would put you at the arc of your jump. Like you'd be at 12 feet high at the highest point, and then
Yeah. I don't know if I would be 12 feet at the highest point. It just says you can cover obstacles. I think it would almost be like 12 feet at the lowest point, because a high jump, I guess it's up to you, because my high jump can only go up to...
Well, so a high jump is like jumping straight up in the air.
Yeah.
Whereas like this longer jump where you're covering actual distance with it.
Yeah, okay, so that makes sense.
You can
So 12 feet,
cover
my highest point.
for that one. So they're two different things, basically.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see. Does it look like I'm within 20 feet? Because I'll get within the...
So you'd run 10
55
feet. You'd run 10 feet in its direction. And then
I think you would be just about there.
12 by... Oh my gosh, now I need to... This is the one problem with not having a map. See here.
What? You didn't expect to have...
Well, no, I specifically planned this encounter to not need a map necessarily, or not planned it. It's in the module, but I looked at it and went, I don't think we're gonna need a map for this.
You didn't expect me to go jumping after your dragon?
I don't know why I didn't expect you to jump after the dragon. So 30 from the same point, run 10.
I was hoping to find where I did my...
That would be... I will say that if you do want to do this, be aware that your landing will be very difficult because you will be
landing in a dense jungle.
Landing in a dense jungle, and also I'm gonna say that the tree line, like the trees are probably range from like the tallest trees are probably a good like 20 feet tall at least.
Oh, that's true.
So you won't necessarily just be like jumping over all of the trees in the canopy either.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run into the
Kind of
tree.
like-
Just make sure you grab one before you fall, and you'll just climb down.
let's see here though.
That's why I was kind of hoping to like, in my mind, I see it as jumping after the dragon, and then if I theoretically get with it, like I don't know,
Within range.
exciting, as I'm like, oh, I'm in range. This seems like worth the risk, or like, nope, it's just a bunch of trees.
A lot of trees.
I am gonna just hit the trees. I'm not reaching the dragon. It was a fun thought. In my head, I told myself I was gonna catch a cute creature closer to like a Pikachu level sort of a thing. So that way it's less of a combat thing, it's just more of a fun pal and like the anime comedic side relief. But we did just run into a moss dragon.
55 minus 34 equals 21. I did not think that I would be doing
Geometry.
trig,
Yeah, trig.
during this.
Thanks for doing the math.
I mean, Adron has done the only actual trig at this point. 21 and then 12 minus 30, or 30 minus 12 is 18. So 18 by 21 triangle.
That distance?
Yeah, the hypotenuse of that.
Well, it's going to be more than 20.
More
Pretty
than
sure
20.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Based on math.
Well, the hypotenuse can't be shorter than the legs.
Yeah.
28?
Yeah, not even close.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess I went flying.
Into the trees. With a glowing orb or cage in your hand.
Glowing box.
Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And then I just put it back. Look.
Now we have to go get him.
Yep. And I jump back to them.
Wait. So you jump. So you do the full jump, or you kind of. I guess the question is.
My thought was, I jumped after him because I'm not. Gage does not know math. He's gonna find out that he's not within range.
Yeah. Well,
so the
thing is, like, right, this thing was it was only 30 feet, 60 by 30. So yeah, I guess I'll say that. Well, because the dragon flew off like a diagonal direction. More math if I want to do that. I don't think I'm going to do that right now.
You can also,
too much
like,
math.
you can just say, like, no or something. Like, it's.
Yeah.
It's your world.
No, I mean, I definitely wanted you to try it, but I also realistically now, you,
yeah, like I know it's
you
not
probably landed in like at the edge, but you probably are in the trees. Just like the trajectory of your arc,
like jump back.
It would be difficult. Like, yeah.
Well, I'll start walking back.
Okay.
But before it leaves, can I hit it with another agonizing blast?
What's the range on it?
120.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that.
Feet of movement. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that then because I'm hungry.
Yeah.
All right.
If we can shut down some
first one is what? 12, which probably won't. Second one, 14. 12 and 14.
You miss both of them.
Yeah.
So in trying to chase after it, you shoot 2 blasts towards it. One of them goes high over it as it's limping away, the other one, you were running up towards it, and the tree line is right there, and you hit a tree. It goes low, and it smacks into a tree in front of you. And you, oops.
Uh-oh. Did I anger the forest?
All of a sudden, you hit this tree, and it shakes, and a loud squawking noise
Oh no.
happens, and a very pretty bright green bird with like salmon colored
Mhm.
feathers over its neck,
Yeah.
or like on its chest,
Mhm.
basically, and then also like on the back of its head is like accents in its tail.
Mhm.
um Flies out of the tree, in a rage. And it is going to attack you, Hubert.
Oh no.
You seem to have angered it. You get the feeling maybe its home is in that tree, and it did not like that you seem to have attacked it out of nowhere. So it, as it comes out of the tree, oh man, yeah, uh, it's going to like come out in a rage. All of a sudden, everything is very sparkly this morning. It is or this afternoon, and it's going to kind of like, it like
Mhm.
shakes its feathers, and it creates this like really bright, the sun kind of hits it, and it creates this really bright like
Mhm.
light effect. And everyone, because everyone's probably within, well, let's see here, Gage, you
Hi.
jumped
In the trees.
into the forest, so I'm going to say that you're going to be blocked by the brush. Like
I'm flying.
you're
I'm not even in
just
this.
in the forest right now.
I'm gone.
um
The next battle over.
and but Carnelia, you're still standing there, I assume. So you and Hubert need to make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm good at those.
I'm not bad. Except for now. It's a
Yep.
5.
9.
I'm this many years old.
Right.
So it, this blinding light is just like, it's like a tiny
Ah.
sun that's just like, and so for this round, you guys are now blinded.
Oh,
And
okay.
then
Is it? So like I'm resistant to radiant.
it's just like a blinding effect.
It's just a light. Okay.
Yeah, it's just like a light.
Mhm.
Cool.
Um, uh,
I
and
want to
then,
cast Speak with Animals. Apologize, please.
well,
Those are-
it's going
I
to
know.
attack
I
you
know.
first because it's still angry at you. So it is going to make 2 attacks against you for attacking its home, with advantage because you
Or
are.
You are
blind.
blinded.
Yeah.
All right, so that one was good for you. That was you have 16, yeah, so
Mhm.
that's 11 to hit.
Mhm.
So it misses. Um, in all of its anger, it's just like pecking blindly at you.
We're
Kind of
just
like
both blind.
hits your book and kind of like slides off on the first one. Oh my gosh, it rolled awfully. No, that's a 10. So yeah, it just like just keeps hitting like the very spot that's just not going to do any damage to you. It hits your book, and you kind of like feel it hit your book, and so you kind of like roll, or not roll, but like, like duck out of the way from where it came from. And it misses on its second attack. All right, so you've got Carnelia. Unfortunately, well, I guess you used light. Did you have anything else that you wanted to do now that you've been blinded by?
By the light, not your light. The other light.
No, that's probably well, yeah, I can't see where I'm going, so I'd probably trip over that big log that was right next to anyway. So I'm not gonna move.
All right. So yeah, the Wyvern is just it limps away.
Age regrets.
Yeah. And I'll say that yeah, it is your guys' round again. Yeah, it's kind of like a weird thing that happened.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that yeah, it's unfortunately this is how it ended up, but because of the way the initiative was kind of going, it is your guys' turn again, but because the blindness doesn't end until its next turn, you guys, Hubert and Cornelia are still blinded. Tiny.
How far away am
we got most of our turn without blinding last time.
I would say you could use like 5 feet to just, or like it'd be 10 feet because technically the jungle is like difficult terrain. Yeah. But I'd say you kind of like, you jumped and you kind of like, you didn't like smack into a tree and take damage or anything, but like basically you ran into like the tree line and kind of like dropped. So you're like right at the edge, so it'll be like 10 feet because it's difficult terrain to like get back into the clearing. And then you have like 20 feet of regular movement left. And you're probably about you probably come out right. You would if you wanted to come straight out of the clearing. You're probably like 5-10 feet away from Hubert and this this bird that is now attacking him very angrily.
I think I'll try to go over to Hubert and the bird. Does it look like a monstrous type bird? I guess, or is it closer to like a parrot to where I could be like, I guess we're in combat. So I guess just assume.
Combat. Right. It's labeled as a monstrosity, technically.
Okay. I just feel bad before I'm like,
everything.
I take out everything with force is a monster.
I might still cast Speak with Animals and try to apologize.
Well, just because like I would feel bad in my head sometimes they like, and there's a parrot. I'm like, and then I took a hammer, and then I hit the parrot.
The squirrel in Baldur's Gate. That territorial.
And just like blew up the squirrel. But I guess most creatures in this forest are.
I was gonna say, yeah, I would. You can definitely, for sure, feel free to like ask or whatever, or check in at any time. But like, yeah, this is just like a dangerous place, and most of the creatures in the forest, no matter what they look like, are like, no matter what their appearance is, they're probably not that friendly.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, it's probably good. All right. Well, I'm gonna walk up and I'm going to shoot away the bird with my giant hammer. Swing my maul.
All right. Baseball bat.
And if it hits, I'm gonna use my extra sparkly weapon attack and see if I can blind it back. But I guess I gotta see if I hit first. Dang, my attack rolls have been on point today. It's gonna be 18 plus 6. 24.
6. Yeah,
yeah.
that's gonna hit it.
And then it's got to make a Constitution saving throw DC 14. That's just for the blinded. I still get the +3 damage no matter what.
It's charisma save.
Yeah, Constitution. Oh, sorry. You're right.
I was like, I'm pretty sure I made a charisma saving throw for the
It was
Wyvern
charisma.
earlier.
My bad. It is charisma.
How charismatic is this bird?
I made cheat
more
sheets.
charismatic than the dragon was.
Fair enough.
But that's a 10, so that still fails.
Sweet.
Uh,
It's going to take 9 + 6, 15 damage on the first hit.
uh, 15 damage. All right.
Yeah. And then 17 + 6 for hit 23.
That is also going to hit.
Being a fighter is lots of fun when you're hitting things. Ugh. Great fighter is such a good fighting style. It's gonna take 12, 15 damage. I got double sixes.
All right.
30 damage of hammer time. It's happening like.
So you
Yeah.
come over to this bird that is attacking your new friend, who is just
Don't
kind
blind
of like
my friends!
blinded and and you clobber this thing with 2 strikes, and it is technically still standing, but it's it is barely functioning at this moment. All right, blinded people. I'm sorry,
Blinded people.
blinding you.
It's a good.
There's so many shiny things in this
There
place.
are.
Shiny things. The only one who can see is the light person.
Too shiny. I think I'm gonna pull out my cleaver and do some slashing, and hopefully I don't hit any friends.
Okay. You definitely are taking that roll at disadvantage.
Yeah, I know. I think no matter what I would do, it would be disadvantage, but I think I'm too
Also
close
has
for
disadvantage.
spells.
It is
Hold on.
blinded too. I think it's a flat roll.
Or if it's blinded, does it get opportunity attacks? Like, could I just like?
I think
I think
so.
it does.
It's disadvantage.
It's disadvantage.
Okay,
But like you might.
I might
might
do that
be that.
anyway.
Yes, exactly what they said. It gets an
Okay.
opportunity attack, but it would be at disadvantage.
Okay.
Though it would be a straight roll for you because you have disadvantage against, or it would have advantage against you since you are also.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
he's gonna be like this.
The blind versus the blind.
The blind.
So it would just be a straight attack roll.
Yeah. I think I would just.
You're going to try to stumble away.
I will probably just stumble away.
All right, it is. Let's see if it gets any better than like 6s that I was rolling the first time it tried to attack you. Nope, that's 9. So that's
9.
13. So you stumble out of its flailing, like pecking.
Yeah, stay away.
All right.
As a meta question, should I catch the bird?
It's sparkly like you.
But I was thinking, I could do more blinding. I don't think I'm going to. It can just be tasty dinner.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think again, I'm not gonna really do anything.
Just trying to like rub your
Mhm.
eyes and be like,
Yeah.
why can't I see anything?
I would move away and try to recuperate.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still like nervous about tripping over that log, so I don't want to move. And then like I don't know where either of my friends are. Last I saw one of them's over in the trees. I hardly even saw this bird before I got blinded, so I have no clue where it is.
Yeah, you saw like a fluff, like something pop out of the tree, and then all of a sudden it was just bright light over there.
Yeah.
You're like, why? Why did I look over here?
I-
Yeah.
So I guess if something touches me hostily, I would swing my mace at it as a prepared action.
Yeah, like you'd hold ready an
Mhm.
attack in case something comes.
Yeah.
Comes
If
near
something
you.
comes to
Yeah.
damage me, then I'll whack at it blindly.
Swing at it. Nice. All right. So it is going to take an attack at disadvantage on um, Mr. Gage.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I
probably
Beating
me,
it
but
to
then
a
Gage just hit it really hard.
I mean, it's not going to move, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're out of its range right
Yeah.
now. Actually, first,
Did
uh,
it crit? Oh.
no,
Yeah.
first, it is going to do that. So, yep. So, yeah, the light starts to like you guys start to be able
Mhm.
to see again. It's going to ruffle its feathers again, and it's going to try to uh, dazzle you guys all again because it did not like how something walked up to it and
Mhm.
beat it to a pulp. So I need everyone to make another constitution, including Gage.
I'm ready.
Much better. 19.
Oh
8.
no.
Oh.
21.
Oh man.
I don't know what's going on.
Right. You're just
Maybe
living
this
in the
was a
light.
bad
You know.
choice to come
That's
in.
right. He's like,
You've been
I was
charmed
just
and
looking for a
blinded
temple.
and prone and
Oh, Adriana. Um, all right. So yeah, so it ruffles its feathers again and turns into a giant ball of light again. Uh, Hubert was like crawling away from it, so he misses this whole spectacle. And
what?
Gage
Oh.
is already just so shiny that it's like he's
I need like a shine off.
That's right.
Who's shiny?
um just doesn't bother him whatsoever.
Nope.
But unfortunately, Cornelia was still facing in that direction.
Mhm.
So it's like when you were blinded, like when you were standing in a dark room, right, and the light comes back on.
Mhm.
Just like
It made me
instantly
have like
fancy again.
the camera flash where like you're kind of like stunned. I don't know. And then you get like the second
Yeah.
flash again. It's like, please stop.
Like you just recovered from it, and then all of a sudden
Right.
it's in your face again.
Yeah.
All right, so it's going to take a couple of attacks at disadvantage against Mr. Gage, who's standing right next to him.
Let's do it.
Uh,
I
well, that was
deserve
a natural one. So I'm just going to say at this point, yeah, the monster has 1 HP. So with that natural one,
Oh,
like
poor bird.
goes to hit you and like goes to peck at
Runs into the
you
wall.
and just like slams its face
Oh.
into your armor and just kind of collapses
Like those
over.
birds that run into windows and you just feel so bad.
I don't know why. Just again, like it's a silly like meta games like alternate universe. Like just take the Pokeball and just go boop, tap it. I caught it. What a great catch.
Wait, what? Sorry.
No, I was just, I don't think I'm gonna do it.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I'm thinking of, like, it would be silly. Well, so, okay, so here's a question for you. So,
Mhm.
like, it seems like this bird thing can ruffle its feathers, do a blinding, and it's, like, in an area. Are we allowed to be like, okay, we know it's gonna do a blinding attack, we close our eyes?
Mhm.
Or is that not?
I mean, it has the same effect, technically speaking, in that if you have your eyes closed, you are essentially blinded, unless you have like tremors or
Okay,
number, right? Because it would be for that round
yeah,
of combat
that
that you were
Mhm.
round.
doing that. It's the
Got it.
same. I didn't, not that you guys would A, remember this, or B, technically I should have been doing something along those lines when you were fighting the Medusa during the one shot that I ran for you guys.
Mhm.
But it was going so poorly, I just didn't even bother to
Yeah, we're already losing.
yeah. But that's the same, that's like a tactic that you can use in that you impose disadvantage on yourself, technically,
Mhm.
but you
To avoid the
to
yeah.
avoid another uh, effect or
Yeah,
such
I was
thing.
just thinking, like, this could be a fun guy for us to have, but I don't know if I
You'll
want to
also
pick
have
up
to
a
find another
monster.
one because
It just
it just
blinds us all the
is
time.
dead.
Technically, I have the ability to blind us all the time, but I don't do that. Okay,
All right.
I'm not gonna catch this guy. I just thought it would be a silly thought of just like you run up, hit the thing twice, it runs into you, and then just be like, boop.
I was gonna say, yeah, just for reference too, though, like you can't. They have to be alive. If you drop them to 0 HP, that it's kind of
Yeah.
like Pokemon. You
That
can't
makes sense.
catch them
Yeah, let's be like,
after
I did it.
that.
Win. Got it.
Um, though in Pokemon, they are just knocked out, technically speaking. So in theory, you'd think you'd still be able to catch them. Just it would break the
Yeah,
game a lot, but but yeah,
cool.
for the
We
purpose.
did it, team.
Yep. So uh, you recover your sight, and there's now just a bird laying at Cage's feet. I assume Hubert is getting off the from his like I can't see anything.
What just happened? I
Wow,
didn't see any
guys,
of it.
So you
that was
regroup.
awesome.
You regroup back, and you have a dead bird at your feet, and
And I'm just like,
you're in
Let's
the
go.
middle of this.
what's this? Was that dragon thing this little golden
Right?
bird?
Turned into a bird.
I'm in a lot of pain.
No.
Cage goes,
Oh,
oh no! That was probably a moss wyvern. I'm so bad at this. And he just looks very dejected. He goes, I might need to get venom from a moss wyvern. I think we scared it away. I'm not a very good hero, guys.
I'm gonna like pat him on the shoulder, probably a little harder than I should,
Oh,
He's like,
big.
but I'm gonna use that touch to cure wounds.
All right.
That feels strangely forceful and strangely nice.
I'll be like, "Good job, you got us dinner." And I'll start collecting the bird.
You can
All
cook
right.
this?
I assume it's edible,
That sounds tasty.
but I should probably ask.
It only heals
I mean,
4.
That's
oh,
about a quarter of what I have right now.
That's the lowest I could have healed you.
Oh,
Okay, you bring me back up to half HP. I'm feeling better already.
all right. Um, Yeah, I don't know what I have to figure out what I'm gonna do about you collecting random monster parts and things. I'd say, yeah, it's like a chicken. Like it's like a turkey, I guess. It's
Yeah.
not like it's still
Yeah.
like a smaller creature, but
Yeah.
it's not like a sparrow.
Yeah.
It has very, very pretty feathers. Um,
Very random note. I'm kind of sad we didn't kill the dragon because yesterday we started an anime where they're hunting dragons,
It's so
and
pretty.
it is a very pretty anime. But like one of the two main characters just loves cooking dragons, so it's not the main part of the show, but almost like a sub part of the show is like how to cook dragons in many tasty ways, and it's like very like it's like legit dishes and
yeah,
like how to make them with dragon meat. I'm like, wow, that sounds really tasty. I would love to eat some dragon. I bet you it tastes really good. And the fact that we almost had a chance to cook up some dragon, I'm like, wow, we almost had tasty dragon meat on day one.
you guys were real close.
Something to look.
I tried. I tried to get in that one last attack, and then a bird came and attacked us.
If you hit him, they probably would have done it because he had like 9 HP left.
Gage is just looking disappointed because he realized he's messed up as a hero.
No.
It's okay. He's still very shiny though.
Yes.
He'll be shiny for the next hour.
Okay. Cornelia's probably torn between liking the sun and shiny things, and then don't like just
Yeah, I feel like she's just very confused.
What is this?
don't know what's going on.
I know that we're supposed to stay together as a party, but like, if this happened, you should be like, you know what?
This seems like a lot.
I want
It's
to
a
go.
wild first day on our adventure. Not even day, like afternoon.
It's like,
I came
You guys have
here.
known each other for like 3 hours.
friends, I need you. It's a
Or
tough
not
day.
even.
Friends.
Like 2.5 hours.
I barely know your name.
Okay.
All right. Anything else you guys would like to do in this clearing? Would you like to move on?
If we could do a short rest.
Yeah.
Up to you guys.
If we
Takes about an hour.
if I can cook the not chicken turkey thing, we can eat it and gain some temporary hit points. But we have to spend an hour.
Trying to
do
figure
that.
out how. Like, you're definitely still gonna get the hit points, Adriana. Trying to figure out how that's like.
I know. I
plays
was
into
thinking
your
about that
character.
too. Like,
Magic.
Part
of his unknown powers.
right.
I feel like I'd still eat it, and I'd be like, yeah, this is it
Great.
has taste. What a flavor it is.
Perfect.
Is it?
Tell me how you really feel about it.
Here's a question.
Food.
Is it just like you've like never had food, or is it going to be something like some of his magicalness allows you to taste things that you wouldn't be unable to taste otherwise, like a blind person being able to see?
I was gonna
Just
say,
like-
it might be my secondary
moments.
mission to like teach
Just be like-
Adrian or Cornelia how to eat, how to
What is-
enjoy food.
Function that her character just doesn't even need.
That's right. You thought you were going to become the first like mission, or you're going to be big missionary? No, you're going to become the first rock food critic and bring back food to the rock people. Bring back fleshy creatures eat this mush. You smush it in your
Mouth stone.
I will say
Quite
that
the
like
sensation.
Mosians do know like eating is just something that they don't do. Like they live in an area where there are other creatures and stuff. It's just
I'd enjoy a short rest.
So you guys gonna take a short rest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
Cool. I was thinking the cooking was going to just be flavor. I'd be very happy at that.
No, once per day I can give us my character level's hit points as temporary hearts, temporary HP. So 5. Everybody has 5 temporary HP.
And those last
If I'm
until the next rest, I'm
Yeah.
guessing, or until they're used up.
I think it doesn't say how long it lasts, so I just assume until like a long rest or it gets used.
Yeah, that's what I. Okay.
Yeah.
You said
And this
5?
is a once per day thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So once a day I can make a meal.
That gives you HP.
Yeah.
You can make as many meals as you really want.
Yeah, yes. I'll be making all the meals I can.
Let's see. Dice.
Okay.
Mhm.
Does anyone else want to do anything? Kind of.
Mm-mm.
You can still kind of do stuff. You just can't like
Yeah.
exert yourselves too much.
Nope. I'm gonna be cooking food and eating it with my new friends.
I'm going to enjoy the sunshine.
I think
I'll have to work on my texture of my food.
Gage will just throw out there like, if we run into the wyvern again, do you think there's a way to get toxin out of it? I could really use that.
Maybe.
Something to figure out later.
Did the wyvern also head in the northwest direction? Or what direction did it head off in? Like the way we were heading or not?
I would say that it kind of headed. It was like not necessarily exactly where you guys are heading, kind of like offshoot of it a little
Okay.
bit. So maybe more of like west to your guys' like
Mhm.
northwest that you were heading.
Could make it a pit stop aside.
All right.
Or chase it.
So you guys rest and then you head. The rhythmic like sound that you guys have been like following, it kind of like it's a little intermittent. Sometimes it'll like stop
Mhm.
for like 10 minutes or so, and then it'll start up again.
Okay.
But so not enough to like make you guys lose track of where you're going, but like it's not just always happening.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys continue through your jungle trek.
7.
Can we do a lunch break?
Yeah. Or at least
I wouldn't mind grabbing something to eat real quick.
I would
I haven't
say,
eaten yet.
unless you guys do something crazy, I'm probably this next thing, the next thing
Okay.
that you guys do is probably going to be the end of the session. Just
Okay.
Cool.
Rules.
Then let's keep going.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys continue on. You're trekking through the jungle. Luckily, you don't seem to run into anything too crazy as you trek for another like hour or two, and then yeah, so you're walking, and the over the next hour or two, like the banging is now pretty loud. Like it has been getting louder, and now it's like very loud as you walk up, and you guys' new favorite thing, you come upon another small clearing,
Yeah.
and the sound is very loud and seems to be nearby, but also probably underground. This clearing, it's pretty small, and it's just got like a bunch of rocks kind of in it.
Okay.
But
No like
then
holes in the ground? No. I'll let you continue.
So it's just like kind of like weirdly, so like the one that you were in before, right? It was like very
Mhm.
mossy and leafy. This one seems most of the vegetation is like not really there's still like obviously like leaves and stuff, but
Mhm.
it's not, it's more like rocky in this specific spot. And in the middle of this clearing amongst the rocks, there is a the remains of a giant crocodile.
Oh. Just
kind of sprawled in like the center. I'd say this clearing's probably like 30-foot square. It's smaller than the other one that you were in, but yeah, there's just the corpse of a crocodile, giant crocodile, lying in here.
I would look to see if it's missing its teeth.
Can you make a
Are you doing it from like far away, or are you walking up to it?
Wisdom check. Or actually, yeah, did you approach it, or are you just kind of looking at it?
I would.
I'll probably go closer to investigate.
I'd probably get close.
Yeah.
Okay. Then one
if
of you...
If it's clear that it's a corpse and like it's dead, like I would go and approach it.
Yeah, it looks pretty...
There's any inkling that it could be alive, I probably wouldn't approach it.
Well, I mean, that's debatable, right? Like, it could be undead, technically speaking.
Yeah, and then like we also just approached a rock thing.
Yeah.
All right. Can one of you make? I assume you guys go up to it then. At that point, make a wisdom check with advantage. Medicine.
Oh, with advantage.
Anyone is.
Oh, medicine.
Yeah, just one of you make it.
Oh, my first roll was a 22 total.
That's pretty good.
That's gonna beat mine.
22 is the top side.
All right. Yeah. So you go up to this corpse, and it's like advanced state of decay kind of thing going on, and there are no teeth. They are all missing. And it's also got like, you kind of investigate a little further because its mouth is just kind of like hanging open, and it's got like, not only are its teeth just missing, but it has like what appears to be like extra holes kind of coming out of the gums of it that like aren't necessarily where the teeth would be.
Okay.
Like at a different angle, or just like it had more teeth?
No, like at a different angle. So like, right.
So like the teeth holes would be like this way, and so like they're coming out this way, kind of.
Yeah, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Has there been any banging while we're?
Huh?
Has there been any banging while we're in this clearing?
It's very loud here. It's a
Yeah.
you can hear it. You can kind of identify. It seems like it's nearby, but it's like coming from the ground.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyone else looking around?
I
pull up my hammer and be like,
I do.
You guys what? I can knock back.
Yeah, if someone wants to make like a survival check to like look at like the surrounding area of this place.
I can do that too.
Like survival checks.
Could I try to recall from any of the
16 plus 4
stories that I've heard from my Weaver friend? If there's any sort of creatures or sentient species that would have a need for teeth or a means to like drill them out.
I would say that there's nothing that they would have heard of about this kind of thing before. This is all very, very strange.
Yeah.
You rolled a 20, you said?
Yeah. That's 16 plus 4, so not a nat 20.
So you just looking around this area,
Yeah.
you can
Anything
kind of
that like
see
doesn't
that.
stand out.
So this clearing, you can you get the sense that it wasn't, like I said, it's not a very big clearing,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't necessarily like, especially even the size that it is now, it wasn't a clearing of this
Mm-hmm.
size. There's a lot of like splintered trees in the kind of immediate outskirts of it,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like there was some sort of big struggle that happened here. Like two large things were kind of like wrestling or something in this space. And upon further inspection, in the like amongst the like splinters of the wood,
Mm-hmm.
on some of the tree, like bits of tree that are kind of like sticking up, you can see that there's fur. Um, Hold on.
What did we see? What did we see? Sorry, I missed that last part.
Oh.
There's some fur amongst the splinters.
Thank you.
And so there's some fur amongst the splinters, and
Bethany?
No.
I think you froze. No. Is she losing internet?
Yeah.
Oh no. Hmm.
I see everyone has unstable internet connection, but maybe.
Oh, no. I see everybody just fine. It's just Bethany.
wasn't that exciting, guys?
It was.
It was.
I keep getting spam calls, and like, because I'm on my phone, every time there's a call, it cuts out. So like, and then you
Oh.
see, and then it's like, oh, I'm getting a spam call. It's like I don't want the spam call right now.
Right.
I'm busy trying
I'm
to
busy.
find out what I saw.
That's right.
Yeah, my computer. I had to unplug my computer because unplugged my computer because the video stuff was bothering me, and then it tried to die. But for some reason, even though I've plugged it back in, it doesn't want to be plugged back in again.
Oh no.
Do you expect me to work?
Okay.
I expect you to die,
All right.
Mr.
So, yeah, we're just about finished, so it's all right. All right. So yeah, so you identify. Oh, that's the camera facing the wrong way. You identify that the fur seems to be from like an ape, some kind of monkey.
Okay.
King Kong versus Godzilla.
All right.
And as you guys are standing there next to this corpse, looking around at all of this, there's a different sound, another rumble. This one seems unrelated to the like rhythmic pounding sound. There's like a big kind of like rumble and then like a crack, and all of a sudden the ground underneath you all collapses in, and you guys all fall down, and you will find out next time where you ended up.
Nice.
Oh no.
That's exciting. Tune in next week.
Right.
I have a feeling it might be a little longer in between that, just because. Let's see here. So Nolan's birthday is next weekend, and then I have my mom and I are going to a show
the Saturday after that. And then I think you guys said you were busy for the next 2 weekends after that. Because of your mom's birthday, I think, and then
That would be
Yeah.
second.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that sounds.
Yeah.
The weekend
So,
of
like-
the 18th is the one I don't know about.
Okay.
Let me see.
Okay. There's a chance too that we could like work something out and have it like on a Sunday or something too.
Yeah.
If
Well,
it
you
gets
don't
to
go
be
late on a
too
Sunday.
long.
Yeah.
I don't have
Well, I
anything
mean,
on
I
the
can't.
18th right now of November.
I can't think of anything, but
Okay.
I'm basically a bit of a shell right now.
Okay. Well, we might be able to do something with that on the 18th. Oh, we should probably stop the recording of Craig.
Craig.
I forget.
Goodbye, friends. Tune in next week for We Fell in a Hole.
Like /stop. Or there's a button.